All right. So, hi, everybody. Again, my name is Wanda Guyton. I am the CEO of Coffee Rendezbrew. Coffee Rendezbrew is a local or home-based coffee company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and we pride ourselves in selling a specialty coffee, gourmet sugar, and tea, loose leaf tea. So what's our mission? Our mission is to sell freshly roasted coffee, to use the products and services to support the greater good of the community. And I'll talk about that in some of my points today. And also to maintain the traditions of the coffee and keep people, culture, and community working together. Our team, we have a small team, but it exists as me as Wanda, the CEO. On my advisory board is Greg Wright, who is the founding partner of the Wilmington Club Pilates. So if you've been in the area and you've taken a Pilates class, Greg Wright is the founding partner of the Wilmington Club Pilates. And then also Lindsay Gilbert serves as our sales director. And as I said before, I'm Wanda. I founded the company. Every creation, every coffee, every tea, sugar name, I am the creator of Coffee Rendezbrew. And my passion for coffee started as a little girl, about 5 years old. I would smell my mother brewing coffee in our home, and I love the smell of coffee. She would not let me drink the coffee, and so I would sneak the coffee out of my mother's cup. And this story is on the back of my signature brew bags of coffee. That love of coffee has never changed. So growing up, my mother also instilled in my brother and I that reading was important. So we often read books more than we watched television. So I know the firsthand benefits of getting children to read at a young age. So that's why when I started Coffee Rendezbrew, one of my first initiatives was to partner with a company that would that had a correlation or a connection to early childhood literacy programs. And so I sought out and found Read Aloud Delaware. So every purchase of my Beach Brew coffee bags, and I'll talk about that later in the presentation, a percentage of those purchases go back to Read Aloud Delaware. Read Aloud Delaware is a nonprofit organization in the state of Delaware that is dedicated to providing early childhood literacy programs to preschoolers, again, throughout the state of Delaware. So my love of coffee has never changed. And again, what I enjoy my passion of coffee, my passion to support the community. For me, I'm living my best dream with my career right now. So let's talk about the market opportunities. So community support. Again, I've talked about Read Aloud Delaware. I also have started a support organization called Coffee for Seniors. And this is where Coffee for Seniors, I go out, I meet seniors virtually. We talk about coffee, we talk about just life. But I realized in the pandemic, there were a lot of groups, seniors specifically, that were left out. So with my product, with my coffee, I felt that there was an opportunity to reach out, not only to connect to organizations like Read Aloud, but also individuals that are sometimes left behind. So the seniors, we get together, we talk about everything, right? Just over a cup of coffee. And most of these sessions are virtually. I like to also see my company as the double good of coffee. How many of you all are familiar with double good, right? All right. So we have Noah, who's familiar with Double Good. Double Good is a company that started out of Chicago. I am originally from Chicago. I've been in Delaware for 10 years, but originally from Chicago. They provide popcorn. And so the owner of the company saw an opportunity to expand his product in the market and provide a good service for not only the Chicago area, but also communities across the nation. And so Double Good provides organizations a way to fundraise, use their popcorn to fundraise, and at the same time enjoy the product and use the fundraising funds to support any initiative that they have. So I see my coffee as the Double Good of coffee. Fundraising efforts for schools, sports organizations, churches, etc. Just for an example, there are over 255 elementary schools in Delaware. Out of that, over 141 students are enrolled in those schools. And I'm going to talk about the numbers of the students, the school, and the coffee in just a bit. Also, tourism. Okay, so I see my coffee as an opportunity for tourism, specifically the beach brews, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. So fundraising coffee. As I said, I envision my coffee as being the fundraising or the Double Good of coffee. Just to give you some numbers, Double Good's revenue for 2022 was $42 million. That's a lot of money, wouldn't you agree? The coffee revenue in the U.S. for 2022 was $85.2 billion. So I would say people love coffee and they love fundraising. So there's some opportunity, right, in the midst of that for Coffee Rendezbrew. Souvenir coffee. Why do I think my brand is a souvenir brand for Delaware? So each beach brew was carefully created and matched with an infused flavor to create the essence of the town that people love. So for example, Bethany Beach. Bethany Beach flavors is blueberries, cream, and cobbler. If you're familiar with Bethany Beach, you know that we have blueberry fields located near that town. So that's why I created Bethany Beach as blueberries, cream, and cobbler. Dewey Beach. If you've been to Dewey, you know Dewey has that reputation for a party city. So bourbon and pecan was the flavor chosen for Dewey Beach. Lewis, kind of a calm, laid back, chill. You know, when I walk through Lewis, I'm reminiscing on life and just having just like that peaceful or sort of serenity type of feeling. The flavors that I paired with that was chocolate, caramel, and sweet cream vanilla. Those are comfort foods. So Lewis became that creation, chocolate, caramel, and sweet cream vanilla. Rehoboth Beach. When you think about Rehoboth, you think about party, you think about fun, carousels, carnivals, cotton candy, right? So cinnamon, praline, and pecan was the flavor chosen for Rehoboth Beach. So overall, people love Delaware. They really do. You don't have to take my word for that. So the tourism contribution to the state in 2021 alone was $4 billion. That's a lot of money. People love Delaware. Of that, Delaware tourism industry is the fourth largest employer in the state, accounting for over 47,000 jobs. So tourism here is incredibly humongous. And I can tell you that when people buy my coffee, they go home, they find me on Amazon, they find my website, and they're buying the coffee to keep Delaware on their mind. So even though Coffee Rendezbrew is local to Delaware, our tourists see our coffee as a way to reminisce about the fun that they've had in our beaches, our towns, and our boardwalks. So the products. So as I said, I have coffee. I also have loose leaf tea and gourmet sugar. So of the coffee, 19 varieties. I have 19 varieties of coffee. They're sold in 12-ounce bags and then also pods. They're available in whole beans, grounds, and K-cups or pods. I can't say K-cups because that is a trademark by Keurig. So I use the terminology pods. The options are also available in decaf. So if you don't like caffeine, you have the ability to get decaf coffee. My signature roasts, which are the 8 coffees that I initially invested in, 8 varieties of the signature roast. The beach brews, I have 6 varieties. I talked to you about Bethany, Dewey, Lewis, Rehoboth. I also added Cape May. Cape May is French vanilla and creme brulee. Why did I add Cape May? Because it pairs well with Cape May and the Lewis Ferry, right? And then some people just don't like flavored coffee. I understand that. I recognize that. So I've created the Beaches Brew, which is a Honduran coffee. It's a single origin Honduran coffee. So if you don't like flavor, you can enjoy the Beaches Brew. And then each bag, there's an average price between the Beaches Brews, the Beach Brew single origin, and the signature roast, $17.45 per bag. Loose leaf teas. I also carry loose leaf teas because I recognize that some people just don't like coffee. They don't like the smell of coffee. They don't like the taste of coffee, right? But I'm here to provide a service and recognize that I want to capture those people too. So I offer 14 different varieties of loose leaf teas. They're sold in 1-ounce bags. They're available in black tea, green tea, and herbal tea. Decaf options are available in the tea as well, and they're priced anywhere from $7.95 to $8.95 per ounce. And these are a high profit margin for the company, for me as well. Gourmet sugar, I wanted to separate or make my company distinctive from other companies. And so when I created Coffee Rendezbrew, I decided to have gourmet sugar to pair with each coffee to show people that you don't have to have white sugar with your tea. A lot of the flavored coffees, you go to Starbucks, you order a latte or a cappuccino, they're going to pump some high calorie syrup, right, into those coffee drinks. Well, you have the option to not have those high calorie syrups that are filled with chemicals, right? So you can enjoy my coffee with a gourmet sugar to pair with that. Again, 18 varieties served in 1.5-ounce bags. They're available in turbinado sugar and cane sugar and monk fruit sweetener, which is really popular for people who have diabetes. They love monk fruit sweeteners. Again, they pair well, not only with the coffee, but with the teas as well. And this is a high profit margin for our company. How do I distribute Coffee Rendezbrew? Online via coffeerendezbrew.com, number 1. Amazon, you can find my coffee products on amazon.com. Also, Coffee, Tea, and Sugar via Facebook stores, Instagram, and Square. And then I'm collaborating or setting up options for Etsy and Walmart.com. Retailers, you can find my coffee in ShopRite. So if you're in the Christiana, Wilmington, or Newark area, you will find Coffee Rendezbrew in those stores. G&E Hawkers in Bethany Beach. So if you're down in Sussex County with me, you can find Coffee Rendezbrew at Hawkers. Not Too Shabby in Milford. Shore Marketplace in Lewis. Downtown Alley in Bridgeville. Grace and Flavor Bakery, the first bakery that exclusively sells my coffee. They're located in Seaford. And then Sydney's Restaurant in Milton, where I frequently do pop-up shops to sell my coffee. I also do in-person and direct events. So community events like Sea Witch, Rehoboth Beach Jazz Festival, Camp Rehoboth. This morning, I got a call to go to Costco. So I was up here in Costco near Christiana doing some coffee rendezvousing with the team members in Costco. I'm also, you can find me at local farmers markets and then private catering events as well. My competition, who's my competition? Starbucks. I think Starbucks is probably every coffee business competition for one reason or another. But Starbucks, they're in Rehoboth. They have 2 locations. Jaya Coffee, they don't have a physical location, but they are a roaster. I'm a roaster, and so they're a direct competition with me. Coffee Mill in Rehoboth. They're probably Coffee Mill and Point. Coffee shop, bakery, they offer a variety of flavors, right? Most coffee companies, they stick with a single origin, but Coffee Mill, Point Coffee Shop, and myself, we ventured out to flavored infused coffee. And then Shell Brothers, which is right on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk, they're considered a competition as well. What are some advantages that separate Coffee Rendezbrew from my competition? I'm U.S. trademark. So when I created my company, I saw that I had something special. So right away, I wanted to trademark my company, trademark my brand. My coffee packaging is relatable, right? You don't even have to read the coffee to know it's a Delaware branded coffee. You can see that also on each of the brands here as well. So you know it's relatable. Mobile ability. I don't have a coffee shop. I started my coffee business during the pandemic. It was hard to get resources for building loans and things like that. And so it helped me to change my vision of how I wanted to run this company. I'm mobile and I love it. Again, I mentioned this morning I was called to come to Costco, and because I don't have a physical location, I was able to do that and serve a major client. I have flavored infused coffee, so I offer more variety. Virtual fundraising capabilities. A lot of coffee companies don't have that ability. Virtual fundraising is huge, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. My coffee can be purchased outside of Delaware, so you don't have to be in Delaware to enjoy Coffee Rendezbrew. Again, you can purchase my coffee online and via Amazon.com. All of my products are barcoded, right, which is important. When I go in and talk to retailers, they want to know, does Coffee Rendezbrew have that barcode? Yes, I do. I'm ready. If they call me today, I can go in their stores tomorrow, so I can be sold anywhere. And then I also have wholesale capability.
We will need to continue to wrap this up quickly.
Forecast. So I could have taken my sales forecast from a bunch of different angles, but I wanted to focus specifically on Delaware. I love Delaware. I've lived in Delaware for 10 years. I love all of the counties, the things that we have to offer. So I wanted to show you all how this coffee can help revenue in our state. So from a fundraising standpoint, I use the schools. As I said before, there's 255 schools in Delaware, 141 students enrolled in Delaware as of today. So the first year forecast sales, I based my year one on 100, and I just said, I took a conservative approach to this. I said, instead of 141,000 students, I'll use 125,000 students who would participate in a fundraising effort. And out of that, just say each of those students sold 5 bags, right? So for the first year in sales, we're looking at $8.5 million. The total cost of goods sold is going to run me about $4 million. And then the net profit would be about $4.5 million minus the 25% that I would give back to the schools for their fundraising efforts.
Wanda, this is your wrap-up warning, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So year 2, you can see the numbers, 9.5. Year 3, 10.5, and then the gross cost of goods sold and net profits accordingly. And so what would I use the funds for? For marketing. I definitely need marketing. I would expand on TikTok. I would expand my team to a marketing director, fundraising director, and analyst, purchasing add-on domains. And if you are interested in hearing more about add-on domains and subdomains for streamlining fundraising capabilities, we can talk about that. And then this is just more to show you what team members would be allocated for those funds. And in conclusion, that's it. I see this opportunity with the emerging enterprise system, not just as a financial opportunity, but also from a mentorship perspective. I understand that mentorship can help businesses look at the viability long-term, right? And so I'm very excited about the opportunity from a financial, but also from a mentorship perspective.